Okay, we're starting with step 1, H, honor. Honoring God within yourself. This is the foundation of everything. That's why it's step 1. Step 1, what's 1 mean? Foundation. Because this belief and this understanding will change everything in your life. It'll change the past, change the present, change the future, shift your identity into something that's more powerful here than you think here. And that's what's so important. So what's that mean? It means living from an inside-out reference point. What's that mean? It means we're a spirit first. We're a spirit in a physical body walking through this earth with a purpose, and we're not reacting to the world outside us. We actually have a consciousness where we see ourselves as first and conditions outside us as second. And when we change that reference point, then we don't have to react. We don't have to let things outside of us affect who we identify with inside of us, affect our self-esteem, cause self-worth problems, and create like a kite in a hurricane, because all this outside of us always changes. But instead, we want to be the stake on the ground. We want to be grounded and rooted in our strength and our courage and our power that is more powerful inside us than anything outside us, right? It's been said, he that is in me is greater, right? Is greater than he that's in the world. That spirit that is in you is greater than anything. And when you believe that, you can overcome any challenge. Now, this is important because when you fulfill your soul purpose, you will run into challenges. We're going through a human life. There are challenges in human life. But how do we have that rooting? Why is this so important? I can only give my personal testimonial for going through some very challenging things. And if I didn't know that, I wouldn't have the faith to know that whatever's in front of us, God is bigger. And God that moves through us. Now, people know that, but they think, and when I was taught in religion, God is outside of us. No, it's inside of us. And what's in me is greater than anything that I will face, because there's something bigger that moves through us that carries us through there, right? So we are a piece of something that is far greater than our own individual physical existence, which means what? By the time you finish this lesson, you're going to feel the power in your body, that you're going to realize that you are life force. Say, I am life force. Say, I am life force. You are life force. Life force creates. That life force is an intelligence that is connected to an intelligence, a universal intelligence. So we are innate intelligence that's walking in this body. We are intelligence and consciousness that's walking through the physical world. Can we breathe that in and feel it in our body? In other words, we move from a limited perspective of believing that we have to react to everything outside of us. Instead, we have a heart-driven, spirit-driven that affects our mind, that creates our body and conditions from the inside out. What's the basic term of that? Law of attraction. What's law of attraction mean? That we are spirit first, that our mind directs and body creates. Spirit, mind, body. That's the holy triune of who we are. Now, what also belief and mantra does that shatter? Here's a very strong, very common limiting belief. I am who I am because of what I've been through, right? You're more than your condition. Say, I am more than anything that has happened in my life. And when you understand the soul purpose, you realize everything in my past that has happened for me, because it's a step that have raised my consciousness. And when you find, we're going to go through exercises that find the gift in the pain, because from our greatest pain comes our greatest gift. From our greatest pain can come our soul purpose. Right? Sometimes our soul purpose delivers our greatest pain. And we're going to go through that in the A section. So when we learn, I am not my conditions. I am a divine being. I am spiritual intelligence. I am a spirit walking in a physical body. I am God expressed in a body into this physical world. Then it gives me freedom. It gives me confidence. It gives me rootedness. Right? That we are something bigger. The thing is, how do you know? How do you know your spirit? Well, in the book, You Are More Powerful Than You Think, I cite a couple personal experiences, how I found that. But you know what? Part of that was, it was a belief first. And really, what's faith? It's believing without seeing. How do we know we're spirit first? How do you know? Well, I mean, there's a number of ways, but the thing is, do we really know? And when will we really know? Well, I guess we won't know for sure until that moment where our physical eyes close and then we realize our spiritual eyes were always open. Won't that be fascinating? What if, that day we're going to pass, that moment we're going to pass, our physical eyes close and then all of a sudden we're awakened. And then on the other side, what might we realize? I was awake the whole time, but I didn't become conscious of it. Right? That's what this is about. What if this is really true? What if our spirit has eyes open all the time, but we're so immersed in our humanity that we don't have awareness of our divinity, when really our divinity is calling us all the time to become conscious, to be aware, and to know ourselves. That's what this is about. What if that was true? Would you want to know that in this lifetime? Because in our Lord's Prayer it says, "Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." See, I was raised Catholic, so we said, "Our Father, blah, 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 blah," and you go through this in church, and then one day it hit me. It's like, what if his will can be done on earth in this life as it is in heaven? What if we are immersed in heaven? Am I the only one that thinks like this? I'm just curious. What if that we're immersed in it? What if heaven can be created on earth? Isn't that what he's saying? Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. What if we can have a consciousness that can take us to that right now? That's what the healed system is about. But the way to do that is we have to get past our humanity to be able to awaken into our divinity that's already there. Is that a powerful concept? Now, what if we just believe that? Would your life have a confidence, a freedom, and a power that's bigger than what you think in your mind? Or can our spirit and those spiritual eyes that are already open influence our mind? So our mind can have the thoughts of God. Our mind can have the thoughts of innate. Our mind can have the thoughts that take us along that spiritual purpose. Well, these are going to be the exercises in honoring God within yourselves. How to get past your humanity and be able to connect with that awareness that's already in there. Man, let's see with our spiritual eyes. That's possible.